And now,
hey everybody, 150 episodes down. Can you believe it? I sure can. I still remember episode 0, infamous solo cast. Look at how far we've come. Who would have thought? Not me. Who would have thought? The Nerd Chat, an Xbox podcast,
is a podcast celebrating all things gaming, food, and the good old days.
Hosted by a group of best friends. If you'd like to find out more, visit nerdchatmedia.com.
This is Cortana. And remember, don't make a girl a promise if you know you can't keep it. As always, Spartans, see you online.
Oh, hello. Daddy Diwali here, and welcome to The Nerd Chat, an Xbox podcast celebrating all things gaming, food, and the good old days. We are celebrating 150 episodes, Jose.
Exclusive world premiere.
Perfect. We are recording on March 14th, 2024. Yet another typical mid-March blizzard in Colorado. But we'll talk more about that caca later. Joining me as always is the snowed-in super producer himself, Chipotle Bear. Chipotle Bear, how are you?
I'm great, man. I was telling you, shoveled several times today. I think we're about 14 inches where I'm at. It's very wet, heavy snow.
Yep.
But I'm looking forward to gaming. The great news is I had today off from work, and tomorrow they canceled school as well. So I get an additional 2 days on my spring break, which means hopefully I'll knock out Final Fantasy VII. I got Suicide Squad on the docket, and I'm eyeing Returnal because it's on sale right now for that Steam spring sale. We'll see.
We'll talk about that Steam spring sale in a second here. And joining us as always, Fook, the snow is right. X Bacon Gaming. How are you?
21 inches at my house, gentlemen. 21 inches. And went to work and had to go help people who had dumb reasons why they wanted to leave the house today. None of them were valid, and they like to put everyone's life on the line so they can go get breakfast, I guess.
Yeah, I was going to say, had to get that McDonald's. Got to get those McGriddles. Can you blame
so
them?
much snow. We only have 5 4x. The rest of our fleet was grounded. We couldn't even send people out. It was absurd.
And making his grand return, Canada's creator protege, making real video game knowledge accessible to all. Ex-construction worker, university dropout, senior software developer, and Canada's #1 gaming content creator, Mr. Zenkai Goose. Welcome.
Did we just become best friends?
Yep.
Hello.
Welcome back, Zenkai. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing good. We do not have 21 centimeters of snow over here.
Centimeters?
Did you say inches or
Inches, but
yes.
Imperial
Whoa!
down here.
We don't
do the imperial over here. So like that. Okay. Whoa.
It's like 2 feet. What's
inches?
Feet? What does that convert to?
That's a crisis over there. Dude, that's over 40 centimeters.
It's huge, dude.
Oh my God. Over here it's totally fine. It was like plus 10 Celsius. Yeah,
Celsius.
There's no snow.
Celsius?
We only use Celsius on computers.
Yeah, I don't even know my GPU is 33.
I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit, all right? I don't know.
Well, welcome back, Zenkai. We appreciate you being here. Guys, make sure to check out Zenkai Goose live on Saturday mornings on what do you call it? Morning Goose? Goose Morning?
Goose Morning Live.
Goose Morning. Sorry. Goose Morning
Oh,
Live.
it's all
I've
good.
been there. I've been there in the chats.
I'm there every
All of
week.
you
Giving
guys.
him caca. Instead of watching my son play basketball, I'm talking crap to Zenkai. So welcome back, Zenkai. We appreciate you being back here for 150 episodes down. Jose, let's jump into some Nerd Chat shoutouts. Shout out to Sadie for a new subscriber on YouTube, and shout out to Dan NG47 or Dank NG47, who just 4 hours ago on our infamous Duke clip, our little short that Jose posted. And if you don't know what the Duke is, go watch our short. It's the infamous Chipotle Bandit, aka the biggest poop we ever saw back in high school, back in 2003, still living on to this day in infamy. Dank said, I once had a poop so long it hung out of the toilet bowl, bent like a shit rainbow or Thank you, Dank, for that.
For that visual.
TMI, Dank.
Comment there. So we appreciate it. For real, though, go watch the comment. Shout out to Bubble Boy. One of my favorite memories of the Nerd Chat was him retelling that infamous tale. So go check that one out. And shout out, as usual, to BigBox 1431. Nerd Chat. You probably didn't know this, but every week I listen to you guys in my 1988 iRock Z, blaring Guns N' Roses while doing donuts in my old high school parking lot. I'm awesome.
He's got great taste.
Now that the three of you are PC gamers, I have to look myself in the mirror and see who I want to be. No question this week. The final season 2 just dropped. Orcs should check it out. You can tell listeners about what settings you changed and what frame rates you got. Talk about anti-cheat? Shaking my head, you PC gamers. Sorry for the aggressive tone. Change is hard. Shout out Big Box Bacon. How would you like to reply? I knew Bacon was going to love this because of that 1988 iRock. Is that a Chevrolet, if I'm remembering? Is that correct, Bacon?
Well, they had the Pontiac.
Oh, Pontiac. That's
like
right.
it,
That's
yeah.
right. It was Pontiac. Yeah, sorry. So
The
part
old
of the General
Smokey and the
Motors.
Bandit. Woo, doggy. So, addressing his question, it's a lot easier now than it used to be on PC because all the upscaling and DLSS and frame generation and stuff like that. So it really brute forces a lot of your settings. And you don't have to really think about it. I remember I used to have to go in and turn MSAA way down and other stuff like that, and really had to tinker a lot to get achievable frame rates. Now you just need to just turn on DLSS or FSR. Makes things super duper easy. So it's not much I have to change because I always buy the highest end graphics card, and I just literally just beat the crap out of every game because I don't have any kids, so it's just easy for me, but I get it. But when you jump on board with us Big Box, it's just one click, just DLSS, frame gen, boom, super easy.
Or you just get a 4080 super like me and or a 4090 and you just do native. I don't even need the frame generation or that upscaling. I'm running native 4K 120 hertz on Mass Effect. By the way, boys, I looked up the 1988. I was right. There's a 1988 Chevrolet Camaro Z28 iRock Z Coupe, and it's going for bring a trailer here. Ooh, this is looking pretty good. I'm going to share the link with you guys. $26,000 winning bid for this used vehicle. So, Big Box, you might have to sell your awesome high school car because you can make some bank on it. PC update, by the way, boys. I'm happy to say I did make some adjustments, Goose. I don't think you knew this. I updated my GPU to a white GPU. I swapped out from the Gigabyte, and I now have a white Zotac Gaming 4080 Super, and it's looking even cleaner, my friend. And I also swapped out the power supply because the white Leon Lee one that I had, when the fans would kick in, I was like, ooh, I don't like that one. But it wasn't awful, but it was noticeable. Yeah. And I've read some reviews on Amazon, and then I switched to this Corsair one. It is black, but you can't see it because, it's hidden back there, but you can see the rear. It's black, but I'm like, nobody's really going to look back there, Goose, Yeah. So silky, smooth, and quiet. It's like, it's just a constant fan now, and it's very quiet. So shout out to the Corsair SFX 850, their power supply, doing big changes here. So Zenkai, why don't you tell us, are you into PC gaming at all? We haven't really talked to you about this. I know you told me a little bit about your build, so let's hear your specs. Let's compare, our builds here. Have you gotten into this as much as I have, or are you a first timer too? Or what? Tell me a little bit of your CPU history.
Like I've had like 2 PC gaming like moments, like real like wow, this is nice. This just feels warm and comfortable. It's just nice. And like the first time I want to say was around like right before the Xbox One and PS3 generation happened. And I
Oh.
remember getting into that and then like downloading a bunch of games on Steam and being like, this is just nice. Everything just runs nice. Like, so that was great. But it wasn't actually until this fall, because I always skimped on the PC. I didn't get anything like that was like super insane. I think before I had a 2060.
Oh, that's
So it was just getting me by. Like it was mainly for video editing. I just didn't have the bandwidth to do PC gaming. But then after that Spider-Man video did, did not too bad. I decided, well, I'll upgrade as like a business expense, and then I'll also, I'll also go all white. And but I didn't go as hard as you. I have a 4070, I think. Honestly, can't even remember. I have the worst memory ever. But everything's white in there. I do have like the water cooling thing. I did not build it because the first time I built my PC, this was the first moment, it took like way longer than you'd think it would. Like whatever the average amount, and then you add like a little 20% tax of like, okay, it'll take him 20% longer. It's his first build. It was beyond that. It was like double the time. And I was stressed the whole time. Like I was like the sweat pouring down, and I was afraid I was going to mess up the CPU. And so this time I just I went to a guy. I found a guy. And I said,
Okay.
"Hey man, would you help me out?" And he's like, "Sure, it's pretty easy." And I was like, "For some of us, but not for this guy, okay? Just listen."
Was it a guy in Quebec?
It might have been. It might have been.
Okay.
It might have been. I will not confirm nor deny, but I will say where it was. It's a cool 10 degrees Celsius over there.
All right.
Very nice.
So you have you're fine going pre-built from now on, and you have no desire. Do you have any desire to get back into it or not? Or are you just like, I just want it to work and just get down to video editing because it takes so much time.
So I picked all the parts. I went in and but I've been like so oblivious to it because like except for like the GPUs, like basically, especially the CPUs, I don't know what's happening over there. Okay. It's not called like with the GPUs, you got your 4070, 4080, 4090, you had the 30 series 20. Okay. I get it. But with the CPU, it's like your 7X Asus, blah, 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 like Skylake, i7,
Skylake.
2600. Like,
Thank you. I
Skylake,
agree
like
with you, Goose.
5 generations ago.
I got to open a textbooks just to understand what CPU I have. I'm not that guy. Okay. I get the core stuff, but then when it's just like,
we're in Raptor Lake now, bud.
See, like I can't.
That sounds like you made that up, Bacon.
Yeah. We don't even know. We just have to believe you. So I went to another guy and I said, listen, how you doing, sir? He said, I'm good. I said, look, I'm in the store for a reason. I want like these specs. What are we talking here? And then he's like, well, we can do it for this. And he's like, but do you want it in white? And I was like, I would. And he's like, well, that's going to cost you like a lot more. I was like, well,
do it. Spider-Man video killed it. Do it.
Honestly, I went in super like just budget friendly, but like higher end, right?
Just to get the job done.
But the salesman was just like, but do you want like water cooling? Because we got like the display. You could put like a
Did you talk to Bacon too?
Ooh, a little hot there, Chico.
It was like that. So it's just like I was like, yeah, I guess I do want this. It's only a couple like extra bucks.
It's only a few hundred more. Yeah.
You get the final bill and you're like, oh.
That got out of hand.
That's a lot bigger.
So we want to comment on that, Goose. So I just watched. Have you watched Bacon? I'm sure you have that like math teacher who like does all the GPU stuff and he like minimizes his head. Oh my gosh, what's his name?
Yeah, he floats his head around the screen.
Yeah, exactly. I gotta shout him out. Will you please look him up while I'm talking about him? But anyway, he just did a video recently about what's the minimum you can do to get a 4090 and just have like the best possible PC just for a game. He had an air cooler because do I really need this liquid cooler Bacon for this 7800? Probably not. I mean, these Ryzen chips run cool. And so he had a fan cooler, 32 gigs of RAM, 4090, and I think it was like $2,700. He's like, this with a 4090 at the insane prices, he's like, this is the minimum you would need just for pure gaming. I was like, ooh, that's like right around the price I paid for mine. And I don't have a 4090. But he's like, if you go that extra step though, and you do the aesthetics and everything, that's where, it adds up a little bit. And Goose, I'll say I'm glad I did do that for my first, because I figured out this is my first time. I'm going to do it right. And I
Yep.
want it to be mine. I want it to look the
Yep.
way I want. 4090, you know what? That's great. I don't need that much power like Bacon does with his 4090, his 8 terabytes SSD, 128 gigabytes of RAM. I knew you were here, you son. Oh, this is Maddie. You guys say hi, Maddie.
What's up, Maddie?
Good night, girls. These are my girls, my twins. Love you guys. Good night.
Oh, so wholesome.
He's been on daddy daycare for the last 8 hours.
Daddy daycare starts full time next week because they're in extended spring break. Thanks, Snowstorm. Love you, girls. Bye.
Great.
All right, see you later.
Not great.
Anyway, so back to what I was saying. I'm just glad that Zenkai, I
You-
built it my way, and it
Yeah.
looks fantastic. Bacon, go ahead.
And you feel like you got some sort of self accomplishment by
Oh yeah,
by
absolutely.
doing that by yourself and pushing that power button.
And yes, and not only that, Bacon, like just swapping out the power supply. I knew what to do, and it was easy for me to do.
You were
and
afraid
now,
of that just 3 weeks ago. You were
Well,
petrified to swap
How far
the
he's
power
come.
supply. Yes.
It's definitely like ignited a fire, like Bacon always said, and I'm into it now. Like I can't wait.
It
I'm not
is. It
thinking about my
will.
next build, but I'm just happy I can do this now on my own and not have to rely on Bacon.
You'll find yourself watching
Or
videos
die.
on YouTube and you'll be questioning, do I really need this? And you're like, but it's
No, I've
cool.
watched so many videos on the PC recently. I'm so good. It looks fantastic. Just looking at it right now, Goose.
Yeah, I saw pictures. I gotta say, I was like, whoa,
And it
that
runs
is
like
nice.
and it runs like the Dickens.
Oh,
Like
all
the
right.
Dickens.
Yeah.
And you can quote him.
Boomer gamers, am I right? Goose? Guys, let's jump into some Xbox news for the week, Jose.
News team, assemble!
Jose, it's been a slow week.
I haven't even been on Twitter much.
Jose, it's been a slow week.
She said,
I knew you were going to get there. I knew it. So before we get started, this is episode 150, boys. Can you believe it?
It's crazy, man.
And Jose's been there for what, 149 of those episodes?
149.
And Bacon's been here for, when did you come on, Bacon? Do you remember?
then I can't. Oh, I did those few guests
In the
and then
90s, right?
I've been full time for over a year, so it's
Yep.
And this is Goose's second episode. Try to bring him on more, but he's in that dang East Coast time zone. That's
He's
just
planning all his
ruins-
shows, dude. Saturday Morning Live is no joke. It is well
Well,
prepared. It is
thought they
well
spoke-
executed.
French over on that side, though.
We
And
can neither confirm nor deny.
Hey,
And you even brought what's his name? John behind you?
John Halo, yeah, I got
John
John
Halo.
Halo
Thank
back
you.
there.
Thank you, John Halo.
Yeah, and he's
Okay.
always calling Phil Spencer. I don't know how he has Phil Spencer's direct line, and
He
he's
all
just never
Canadian
answers.
steers.
Use me on red. Quite frankly, it's disgusting. I get it. He's busy.
But can you believe it, Jose? Do you want to reflect at all on what is it? Has this been 3 years now? Of
I was trying to do the math, and
nerd
I
chat?
don't know the answer to that.
I think
but
it is. Oh wait, no, did we start? Yep, it has to be. It has to be. We're coming on 3 years of the show. Any thoughts? Any reflections, Jose?
I mean, it's been great, man. I was really excited when we hit 200 subscribers. Like, not that that's like, I mean, by YouTube standards, we're still
We're not
very
making
small
100K like
buckets.
Goose. Yeah, I know.
But just that was awesome, man. Because again, really, like, it would be, of course, awesome to like monetize and make money and stuff. But the reality is, like, this is one of the best parts of my week every week, just getting to hang out with Bacon and Dan. And I would be lying if I said I probably wouldn't be a PC gamer if I wasn't talking about it all the time. But it makes me genuinely happy, man. And I certainly love my job and adore my family. Like, it's nice to have this as my own thing. And it's not once since we kind of built into like Thursday night is just our night. So it feels great, man. And even like my wife has always been supportive, but most of it was kind of like a little bit of like, yeah, he's doing his boy things. But like when she bought me the sign over here, it was really like, oh, she's in and like fully supportive and stuff. And I am like, Dan, I'm not really looking to upgrade my PC at this point. I'm really, really happy with it. I did just buy a new OLED TV. Don't tell my wife it's coming on Monday for spring break, so I can play on that. But other than that, man, it's been great, man. I'm just happy to be here and love getting to spread the word. It's also been really great getting to know people like Goose,
Yes,
like
exactly.
Logan and Luke and Joe and Kyle
All the
and
other
Ains, and like
podcasts.
it feels cool, man. Like I felt a little bit of like imposter syndrome when we first started, and honestly, like I still feel like that time to time. But at the end of the day, like they're all very cool, good people, man. And so it's nice to be part of the community, and it's a really great time for games, and happy to be part of that community, man.
Yeah, we've earned it at this point, gentlemen.
I think so.
You know, we've put in the time. We continue to evolve. We continue to grow. We're adding the shorts game. We're trying.
Oh,
you know,
gotta try to get on that Goose level, bud.
We're getting that advice from Goose.
You guys are killing it. I gotta say, like, I check out the gaming podcast every once in a while. I think you guys have a great podcast, and congratulations on the 200 subs. Like, I expect big things. If you don't have 100K subs in the next year or so, there's gonna be problems.
Yeah, you maybe. Yeah, you for sure. Bacon, any reflections on since you joined? You have to know the episode you joined, right? I figured that'd be like a.
Well, it was January 1st of last year, so
okay.
I think that was the time of the rebrand.
Yes, that's right. Oh, that's
right.
right. I forgot.
So,
did you know about our old name, Zenkai?
I don't think so.
Okay, well, it's another time. We'll save it for another time.
It's been a ride. I've only missed 2 or 3 episodes, so it's been fun for that year. I've really gotten some best friends out of the deal, people I talk to on the daily, and my intentions were not to convert you to PC gaming, but just open your eyes. I just wanted you guys to see the benefits that come with PC gaming, and it continues to pay off in spades. So it's been a fun ride, and I'll do this as long as the wife will let me, or until they promote me at work and tell me I got to work on Thursday night. So whichever one comes first.
There are benefits, by the way, Goose. I don't know if you've played Call of Duty with that reduced latency on PC, just tearing it up. And the aim assist, I think there might be, I know Doc's always angry about it, Bacon. I think you might be onto something. I think
it's heavy.
I think the aim assist might be pretty strong on PC from what I've been playing.
I looked at it, episode 88, Bacon. 88 was your first episode, like full time.
Oh, dang. That's pretty crazy. Zenkai, do you have any reflections on, your time as a content creator? When did you?
Oh man. I could talk about content creation all day. I'm obsessed. A lot of people don't know because it's been a while since I swapped, but I used to make Dragon Ball content. Same channel.
Really?
Dragon Ball content. Yeah. I actually started YouTube originally probably 2010.
Wow.
I made 5 gaming videos. They were news based. They were very influenced from the gaming videos I watched back then. And then I quit, which looking back seems insanely silly, but I had to figure out my life. So did that. Then I have a friend who makes Grand Theft Auto videos, exclusively Grand Theft Auto videos. Doesn't talk. He doesn't do anything. He just compares Grand Theft Auto games. That's it. And he was just slaying. And he just kept making fun of me, saying, "You need to get into this." So I was like, okay, well, I guess I can try, but what do you talk about? And so I loved Dragon Ball Z growing up. It was the running meme that I'd always bring it back to Dragon Ball in conversations. Just Dragon Ball Z. And so I was like, I'll make a Dragon Ball channel because, and this sounds so weird looking back at it, but I used to watch a bunch of those Watch Mojo top 10s, and I thought they weren't good enough for a Dragon Ball fan. So I was like, I'm going to just do top 10 Dragon Ball. That's got to be easy. Sure enough, it is not. Making clips, making videos based off someone else's intellectual property who are very stingy with clips online. It's not great. In the anime community, look, I'm one of you, but you're a little hostile. I'll say that. So that was an experience. And then after a year of doing Dragon Ball content, I had some really high ups. I had some really low lows. I had a viral hit, which was crazy in the early start of my career. Got me monetized, but it skewed my brain of what was possible in content creation, because I was doing 200 views, nothing special. And this was when I say your boy was in the Reddits being hey, you want to watch this Dragon Ball top 10? Getting banned left and right for self-promotion. I was doing it. I had no idea what I was doing. And yeah, I got a viral hit. It got near 500,000
Whoa.
views, and I work like a beast on that video. It's actually privated now. But yeah, then every other video was like a YouTube 10 out of 10 in comparison. And so I started just getting like really feeling bad. It was not a great time. And then I was like, you know what? I like Dragon Ball Z. I'm not into like what the content's happening there because it was into Dragon Ball Super and stuff. And I got thoughts on that. But I decided, you know what? I've always loved gaming. I love the video game industry. Like I'm obsessed with all the games, the business, all the history and all that stuff, the people in it. And I pretty much thought that like it's strange, right? But in video games, no one knows anything. Like the mainstream, no one knows anything. Like no one knows who made Tetris. No one knows who made there's like 3 people. It's like, Miyamoto, you got Cliff Blazinski.
You think people know who Miyamoto is, the casuals?
Maybe.
I think some do.
Maybe. Even then it's a
don't know,
stretch.
man.
You have Kojima, maybe. But like
But we only know Kojima because Kojima knows how to promote himself like no one else. Okay,
He would get banned out of his own Reddit, just so you know.
Exactly. And that's what I'm saying. So it used to bother me because and not in like I was mad or anything, but it was like I just thought it was such a shame that it's like I always like I tell people, if you look at James Cameron with the Avatar movies, like the man, he has his hits and he's got people watching it and he's breaking box office records. I guarantee you, if we drilled it down to hours, like some of the hit games destroy the amount of hours of people watching Avatar and all of his movies. But I love his movies, and people know James Cameron, and he gets the respect he should deserve for all the things that he's done.
You love the Avatar movies?
I'm not saying I love the Avatar movies. I was saying the second one's a good time. The first one, it was cool for the time.
Didn't Cameron do Terminator and you picked
Terminator?
Yeah, I was gonna say, let's talk about
Aliens.
Terminator,
Aliens.
right? Aliens, yeah, I was gonna say those were movies.
Terminator 2, single greatest movie of
Titanic
all time.
even. But
Titanic,
Avatar, I
yeah.
still don't understand how hard. Can anyone tell me any of the characters' names from Avatar?
Jake Sully,
No, that's a good call.
Neytiri.
Okay, you said the second one was good.
Okay,
Okay,
I don't know if that
Zenkai
was
is the
good.
only person I've ever known that I've ever met who knows any characters from the Avatar.
That's
but
just
it go-
because the sequel refreshed me
you
a
just
little
saw
bit.
it and you said it was good. I still haven't seen it.
It's pretty good.
They are banned. I saw the first one. I was like, why? I thank God I didn't see it in theaters. I was like, why did I watch this movie? Anyway, so thank you on your history of content creation, Goose. Like I said, guys, for real, go check out Zenkai's videos. They are phenomenal. Production value continues to raise the bar in video game content creation. But we'll talk about a little bit more about that later. Shout out to Xbox Expansion Pass. Luke Lore said, I'll watch the VOD, but want to say hello and congrats. Thank you, Luke. And he said, Avatar 1 was amazing. Oh my God.
It's a good
And then
time.
Avatar 2, a snooze, is what he said.
What?
And
Madness.
and then he's the girl from See, he can't even name everyone just
always held on.
The girlfriend. Sigourney Weaver is the name he's looking for, by the way.
Heresy.
Anyone else have a
man.
crush on Sigourney Weaver?
So
I will say in the sequel, just a quick aside, kind of a weird pick. She comes back to play a 14-year-old girl. It's
true.
kind of a weird pick, Nothing about her in the movie needs to be her, but she plays a it was weird, but still a good movie.
I think it was Gorillas in the Mist that got me. That's a throwback.
I have no idea what Bangan's talking about,
Or
guys.
Congo.
awesome.
Congo is a great one. Not Sigourney Weaver, but just throwing that out.
No, Sigourney Weaver, Ghostbusters.
Alien 3.
I totally lost my train of thought, guys. Let's jump into some real news this time. We don't need to do it again, Jose. Zenkai, I wanted to talk to you before about your reactions. I didn't really get to hear much about all the recent layoffs. And just today I saw that Respawn was also hit by some of the EA layoffs. We've got EA, we've got Sony, we've got Microsoft. The list goes on and on and on and on. I just wanted to hear if you wanted to say anything about these layoffs and just your general thoughts in the video games industry in 2024.
Yeah, the video game layoffs. I'll say, obviously, right off the bat, they're incredibly sad. Like, no one wants to be laid off. It's definitely a bummer. With these big tech companies, I feel like what doesn't get reported that much is the severances are usually pretty good. We're talking like a couple months and health benefits and all that stuff. So th- I think they're okay in that sense. But I do find it incredibly strange with the video game layoffs that's just like, I've never seen a technology get so much better, so much easier to make games. Like I'm talking like more and more people are getting. I couldn't make.
You
games
can make a
like-
game right now.
Yeah, I
Zenkai.
could. It could be like there was a YouTuber who just dropped a game right now that's like going viral. And it's a game about climbing. It's just a small little game, and it's doing really well. And I just never seen where the technology just gets better and better and better, and yet the games are just more expensive and harder to make. And I also feel like the video game industry makes insanely weird bets, like Suicide Squad live service. I'm not saying you can't make a Suicide Squad game, but to take the Batman guys, make them make a different IP that is you've seen it doesn't really do that well in movies. It's not getting the fanfare, and then make it live service, which isn't really seen as positive. And then, like I can't say that bet was great, and then do it for like 12 years of development. Like I just had
Yeah,
I just
that's
made a-
crazy. That is
Yeah, I
crazy
mean,
how long
you
they
can
spent on Suicide Squad.
you can just do the math and try to figure out the minimum wage plus the amount of people that work there, and then figure out how much at a minimum, which will be nowhere near the number, but at a minimum, it would have cost to make the game for 12 years. And it's astounding, which seems like an insane risk. So I think the video game industry, the layoffs are horrible, but I think it's like insanely mismanaged, if I'm being honest. They take insane amount of risks. They have, especially during the dark times, so like the last 2 years, there was an insane amount of overhiring in tech, just absolute insane amount, and they had to course correct, unfortunately, and fortunately too, because you can't just hire too many people and not do something about it. So yeah,
So you think
I
it's mismanagement
yeah,
and
definitely. I mean,
inflating
like,
budgets, poor decisions on certain games, following certain trends.
Yeah.
So I know I'm going to ask you this, and I want a serious
Go ahead,
answer this
hit me,
time, because
hit me.
usually you're like, just do an ODST spinoff, or just give us a Banjo Kazooie.
give it
Just
to us.
insane ideas. Okay.
Yes.
What is the solution then, Zenkai? What do you think Sony's going to pivot to? What do you think Microsoft's already doing with Hellblade? Which, by the way, I think Microsoft knows what they're a little bit of head on this with how they're approaching games these days. Is everything on everywhere? What are some solutions?
But here's the
Zenkai?
thing, like for a quick devil's advocate on Microsoft, and then I'll give you my solutions. Microsoft putting in, look, Hellblade 1, it's a fun game. It's a 3 to 4 hour fun game.
A little bit longer than that, but okay.
6, 7.
Yeah.
More like
So
8.
okay, a smaller
Have you played
game.
it? Have you beaten it?
I played it, but never beaten it.
Okay, thank you.
I
You
did.
just wanted to like add that caveat in there.
Just to
But,
keep everyone honest.
Yeah, no, 100%. But the new one has been rumored to be smaller, right?
A little bit longer, but around the same length.
Little
8
bit
to
longer.
12 hours.
Smaller
probably.
experience.
So basically, what I'm trying to get at is the subject matter. I think is going to be a tough sell. Like basically, from what the behind the scenes of what that game is, and for the development time on an Unreal Engine AAA game for that long, and I'm pretty sure it's digital only. Yeah, I don't know if that's like a guaranteed. Like if you make Halo 3 Anniversary, hypothetically, that's selling. That's just selling. That will just sell it. Even if
Is
it's
it
not good,
Goose? Is
will.
it really selling,
will.
man?
like
Why do you think
it will.
that's going to sell?
You don't think Halo 3
it
Anniversary, even if
2008
it's
again?
bad,
Is it
Even if it's
2008,
bad.
you guys?
it's gonna sell. So like Ghost of Tsushima 2, that's for sure gonna come. They're putting out the PC. They're just like setting up all the
Yes.
hype there, and they're dropping that. That's gonna sell. Now, whether it makes its money back, it's another thing. Because I think the big problem again with like game companies right now is the big guys just take an insane amount of risk for properties that haven't, like, for a good example, Skull and Bones.
Oof.
Why? Okay, Assassin's Creed Black Flag had
Great game.
hype. It
One
had
of
a
the
lot of
greatest
hype.
Assassin's Creeds ever.
People
If not
liked
the
it.
greatest.
People liked it.
Also,
And-
2014.
And then they said, we're going to make a completely different game after that. And then we were all like, okay, you can make it
Origins,
after.
also a fantastic game.
Yeah. So they do their thing. And then they never make a Black Flag ever, and instead decide we're going to make an entirely new game, entirely new world, entirely new system, and we're going to do it like, for 8 years, and then we're going to come out with Skull and Bones. Has nothing to do with what you liked. It's just like it's in the water. That's what we think you liked, right? And it's like, yeah, I guess, but why would you take that risk? Would it not be an easier sell to make Assassin's Creed Black Flag 2? Or like a Brotherhood, a Revelations, like Assassin's Creed 2, because people loved Ezio, right? Like they got so many extra games with him. I don't see, like, it's those types of move that these companies, I just don't like. I want to be in the meeting room where the guy's like, so we're making Assassin's
got
Creed
an
Black
idea.
Flag 2, and it's like, no, we're making Skull and Bones, bro. It's like, well, what's that? It's basically the same, I guess, but it's completely different also, and it's going to take forever to make.
Well,
And you are the ship.
counterpoint. They are making a Black Flag remake, supposedly. So it
That's like
seems
way
like
too.
they're learning. Is it?
Oh,
You don't think that's going to sell? How was that?
It will sell.
How
It
is
will
that
sell.
any different than let's bring back a ODST?
It will
remake?
sell. I think it will sell, but I'm saying like a sequel, had they just. So here's a thing that I find like not that many people talk about, but I think gamers, to be honest, really don't care. You don't need to remake the map for these giant open world games. You
Spider-Man
really
Miles
don't.
Morales.
Yeah, just no one cares. I feel like I couldn't even tell you if Spider-Man 2, I know there's a new side of the thing, but I couldn't even tell you if it was the same or if it's different. I could not tell you. But I don't need a new New York. You don't need to make a new New York. Just if Spider-Man wants to come out with another game to recoup its money, and we
Another one?
see that like Miles
What's that
Morales
gonna
was a
do?
better return, right? Spider-Man 2, I think, cost $300 million. Ay. So it's just like, guys, we get it. It's expensive. We're not crazy over here. We don't want you to go broke. Remake the map, make new stories. If the gameplay's good, just make a new story. People just want, especially for these single player games, we want a new story with great gameplay. That's what we want. If you want to make a new thing, I get it. Do that later. Maybe after you make a couple like surefire mini sequels. I mean, you got Halo ODST. It's a surefire little thing. Good things. Miles Morales 2. It's another one, right?
Well, Venom spinoffs are coming. is what we're
Yeah.
getting.
Like make these surefire. Like if I said next year we're getting a Venom game set in the Spider-Man 2 world, do you think that would sell a lot? I feel like it's probably gonna sell,
Here's
regardless of
counterpoint.
quality. Hit me.
You mentioned the Assassin's Creed games with Ezio. You
Yeah.
don't feel like there was a little bit of burnout though when we got 3 Revelations and
Yeah.
whatever the other one is.
I think a fourth one, like
Can that-
burnout was happening.
Can
at
that happen to
Revelation.
Spider-Man? I feel like
Yeah,
people are like
definitely.
with Spider-Man right now. As much as
They just
good of a
canceled
game-
that new collection, that footage that leaked this week, right? Where it was the multiplayer Spider-Man. They just canceled that project.
So I'm all with you.
Yeah.
I've been arguing for a while that they need to do. I would love for smaller, focused,
Oh yeah,
less
just
open
reuse
world,
your
just-
assets.
I mean, that can be a part of it, yes, but
Mhm.
just not every game has to be more than 8 hours.
1,000%.
10, I think a
1,000%.
10 to 15 hour game, fantastic, especially in our elder middle-aged
Yeah.
gaming years. Okay. So it sounds like we're on the same page. My concern is you keep saying people don't care. I think hardcore players, there's a certain audience that
Yeah.
does care about that. And the casuals, the younger, what are they called, Jose? Zoomers,
Zoomers?
Generals, Gen Zers.
Gen Z, right?
I think Goose is a part of that generation. I don't know what's going on.
Whoa. Maybe.
Gen Alpha. So they're coming in with these more free to play experience.
Yeah.
I think in general, Xbox, PlayStation, the old guard is in this weird spot where they're like, "Ooh, what exactly are we going for? And what's the future?" While Nintendo continues to be Nintendo because they're like, we have Mario and people will just buy
That's-
Mario and Zelda.
That's what I'm
and-
saying. Like Nintendo is the epitome of reusing assets in different ways. Like a Mario Golf is not breaking the bank. It's
Yes.
reusing the 3D models, it's reusing the worlds, the textures, and it's creating a new thing. And it will do well because it's Mario.
But
And
that is a specific IP that they've
yeah,
built
exactly.
this loyal fan base to. What
Yeah.
can
You tell me there's no Halo Golf coming?
Oh man, one can only hope. A UNSC golf game? Woo! I'm just saying. It's doing well. But no, like the running meme, I know you guys mentioned it before, but like Helldivers 2, right? Like if that was made with a Halo aesthetic, you could remake the game still to this day. 343 could go, hey yo, let's just copy them to a T and put it Halo. And this could be the same thing for Star Wars. It could be the same thing for so many games. It could be an Aliens game, just an exact copy, but different IP. I guarantee you that's doing well. Like, I don't think people care that much about reusing assets as long as every once in a while they get a banger, fresh game. But what I'm saying is not necessarily one or the other. What I'm saying is, guys, your games are very expensive. It would make sense if you put a couple surefire bets in the middle that don't cost as much, that will give you a big return, and then go for a big guy, right? And that's exactly what Nintendo does. Nintendo's like, hey, you got your Mario Party, you got your Mario Golf. What type of sport we got? Oh, we got a tennis game.
Mario Strikers?
Mario
Mario
Soccer.
Strikers. We got this RPG game. Let's remake this.
Yeah,
And
but
here's Odyssey 2 or whatever it's gonna be.
but again, that works for Nintendo.
Yeah.
How do you convert that to Xbox, PlayStation when these games are taking as long as they are taking? And I just looked up Hellblade 1 originally came out 2017. So it'll be 7 years or just a little less than 7 years to get to Hellblade 2. Also, to be fair though, they
Yeah.
are a very small team. Like the Ninja Theory is not a big studio. So I feel like they get a little bit of leeway when it comes to how long they take for their projects. So I
Yeah.
don't know, because you keep saying it's just do a small game. Those take a lot of those. That takes time too. Like even between what was Miles to Spider-Man? I guess that was fairly. So Miles was 2020, right?
Yeah.
And Spider-Man was 2018. So I guess 2 years. I guess that kind of fits into what Goose is.
Yeah, like
in there.
if at the end of the day, if your bottleneck is writing story and then adding those animations, to
AI is the
story,
answer, right, boys?
well, you got to look at it like Spider-Man, the original, right? The 2018 one. It was 2018.
Yep.
2018. Yeah. So the AI is done. The map is done. The world is like done. The character models, they're done. Like
Just
it's
add
all
some
done.
snow.
So yeah, put some snow on there. Now, obviously, I'm oversimplifying it because like I'm not gonna break down like the entire pipeline here. But what I will say is like, if we say direction 1 is Miles Morales with all this stuff already done, and direction 2 is remake everything and make Spider-Man 2, which I don't know if they remade everything there, but I will say, like, for what I've seen of Spider-Man, it does look like they're just building on top, which that I think is a good way. Another great example is Rockstar. If you look at all of the Rockstar games, I'm talking like 30 years of history. Every game, like the Midnight Clubs, the Max Paynes, their Max Payne, Red Dead, they're all just adding to the formula of Grand Theft Auto. It's like, okay, we're going to test out brawling mechanics in this Warriors game that no one's going to buy because it's about the Warriors, but we're going to do that. And then we're going to move that into our GTA game later and we'll fix it up. We'll just test it here, fix it up. Okay, we're going to have this Midnight Club, driving. We're going to have vehicle physics, all this stuff. And then, you know what? That would work really well in a Grand Theft Auto. Let's move that over. Let's make table tennis. That one, I got nothing for you. That one was just a curveball.
That adds to the Nico taking you to the bars. And
yeah, they were just
little mini
flexing there.
games.
Yeah, exactly. So, those are like very well calculated steps. The thing with like Microsoft is I see no calculated steps. It's just a bunch of like, let's pray. Like Rare's Everwild. No one talks about it. It's been like what are we on? 12 years?
What are you talking about? Everwild? What game is that?
It's the game that they've been working on since like Sea of Thieves.
Or even worse, Perfect Dark. I never thought that was a good idea from the beginning. Like I was so confused by that. But
I agree, and I would say a Banjo, a Conquer would make way more sales because the other thing is like we have shooters on Xbox. We don't have platformers. We just don't. Remember when Super Lucky's Tale got so much hype when it was
Did
released
it?
on Xbox? It got a decent amount of hype. And it was like, because you got no platformers here. Even same thing with Yuka and Laylee. I think they went a little too far back with like the exact copy of like the banjo stuff. Like, not that much modernized, but like they got a lot of hype. So, you know, what are we doing? What are we getting creative for? Make Gear 6. What are you doing?
I'm gonna throw it over.
Gears
to
Tactics was a great example too.
It's a great
great.
game.
Trolling
Yeah,
Bear.
I loved it.
I gotta ask you, Zenkai's got some good ideas here, but is he just eating the member berries? Is this just all a little too much nostalgia coming through, or like is he
I don't-
onto something? Like I
No,
want to hear
no,
what you think about it.
Nostalgia's always been a powerful thing. Like that's not dumb to play into the money of nostalgia. I do think that, like for example, Rockstar, that was a great point, Goose. Like that they really tested stuff in other games. However,
When did the last Grand Theft Auto come out, you guys?
Well, hang on, but they were fortunate that they were able to do that because of the money they were making from GTA, right?
Yep.
That's one big difference that a lot of studios don't have, is they don't have that financial backing from GTA 3 and GTA 4 and now GTA 5 to carry them for a decade plus and let them develop those physics. If you're a small studio like say Arrowhead, right, who just did Helldivers, which has kind of been this like smash hit. There was a long time between Helldivers 1 and Helldivers 2, but I'd be willing to guess they were basically down to like where they had to drop. They had to because they needed to make money. And I do agree with you about all the stuff you said about Assassin's Creed 2. I think it would have been smart for them to do a Black Flag 2. Like it's dumb that they didn't do that. But I also think that like I guarantee you what happened in that meeting where they decided to go Skull and Bones is someone said, we have this system that works really well in Black Flag. We know people loved it, and we're going to start developing our next Assassin's Creed. But what if we use that to make a live service game? What's a live service game? Well, let me tell you about Destiny and Fortnite and all this. And whoever was in that room sold the board, because I'm guessing the reality of this, we talked about this before, is the people on these boards probably don't play video games. I could certainly be wrong, but I'm willing to bet they're probably people that just focus on the money or the business side of their company. They're not going home and playing on their PC. They're not talking about Dan's build with his 4080 Super, right? And so when all they're looking to is someone to tell them what is hot. And if you want to speak to them, you show them numbers. So you show them the numbers for Fortnite, you show them the numbers for Destiny at its peak, and they're saying, yeah, that's a great idea. Let's do that. And us as gamers, that's not what we necessarily want, but I could see how that piece happens. And so I don't think, again, to Dan's question, and then I want to hear from Bacon too, because it's been a minute. I don't think it's a bad idea to focus on nostalgia. Nostalgia is a very powerful thing. I do think it only takes you so far, though. Like, as much as I would love a bunch of little Halo things, at some point, I need something big. Like, even I love Infinite. I love what they're doing with the seasons. But at some point, I need a story. I just do. You know what I'm saying? And it could be, if we're going to remake Halo 1, I would actually be fine with that myself.
They already did that. It's called Halo Infinite, but they...
if
we're gonna do that, that's fine. But if not, we need Halo Infinite 2 or Halo More Infinite or whatever that's gonna be. God. Just saying. All right,
Halo...
Bacon, what do you think, man?
Before I throw it over to Bacon, because I'll tie it into our second news story here. Bacon, Matt Piscatella tweeted out, trivia time. What percentage of total 2023 US video game content spending came from consoles, including physical, digital full game, and digital add-on DLC microtransactions, excluding subscriptions? So the choices were less than 30%, 30 to 60% of spending, or more than 60%. Does anybody know the correct answer?
I'm gonna go 30 to 60. I don't know.
I'd stick with less than 30.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yes. So the correct answer, less than 30% of all US video game content spending on consoles was from less than 30% was from consoles. So that means 70% of all spending does not come from video game consoles. Member berries
from mobile
and
comes from mobile,
Zenkai. So Bacon, with those stats in mind, and where do you we talked about this a lot, but like, where do you think we're going? And is it even our problem though, really realistically, to think about or to be concerned about?
Well, it's not anyone in this room's problem.
Yeah. Well, actually, it is yours. You are a stockholder for, disclaimer, Bacon does own Microsoft and Sony stock. So technically,
Got a
Bacon's
diverse
problem.
portfolio, gentlemen. Very diverse. Well, we've discussed this hundreds of times that we know that the most popular platform is mobile, followed by PC. When you think about it, consoles are kind of niche. That's the proper pronunciation, not niche. It's
Okay.
niche. And I have no problem with this stat because, like we've spoken, that every kid watches their favorite creator who's gaming on PC, and mom tells mom and dad they want a PC for Christmas instead of another console. It's outdated the second they drop. So it's almost shocking because we come up in the time of only consoles, and then to see this seismic shift, and that just lets you know that Microsoft is making the right decision by putting their games everywhere, and they're ahead of everybody else when doing that, and they're going to make a ton of money doing it. I mean, if you look at Sea of Thieves is the number one most pre-ordered game on the PlayStation Network, even ahead of Ronin. So now it's a cheaper experience. It's a $40 experience versus, but it's also their the Game of the Year edition or whatever with all the add-ons is the actual highest pre-order game on their network. So Microsoft's ahead of the game. We all have always said it. They set all the trends and they're just too early, and then they deal with all the flack, and then Sony follows suit, and then it's okay. It's all okay once Sony follows. So it's we're in a bold new world, gentlemen. Consoles are gonna die soon.
And you think about too, like even the iPhone 10, 5 generations of iPhone ago, they were trying to show games on that, and it was like, yeah, there are kind of games, but they're kind of janky. They're not the games I want to play. And here we are 5 generations later, and they're releasing Resident Evil 4, right? To be able to play on like that. You think about what the iPhone 20 or 25 will bring, not for us, because that's not our system, but for our kids, right? Like that is crazy, man. Like that is clearly where the future's headed.
Jose, how many copies of Resident Evil 4 on iPhone do you think were sold? I'd like to see those numbers.
You're right, but I'm not saying right now is the success. What I'm saying is what's impressive is that the hardware can successfully run the program, because even a couple years ago that was unfathomable. Could you imagine back when we were in high school with our Nokia phone?
Dude, I can't imagine this isn't like I don't wonder like how can you even function at school these days? No wonder why everyone's on TikTok. My God.
We take the phones. Take the phones, dude. Like straight up. And I love my phone. Yeah, and one day I will give my kids phones when they're much older, like 30, right? But like until that time, like it's a real thing. And what's crazy about it is we're still in this weird time where parents didn't grow up with phones, and so they almost don't know how to teach their kids to have phones. And it's going to take time for that to like happen, where like you show them like it is a tool. It's like the calculator. Like I know it sounds crazy, but like in the 80s when calculators were first mainstream, schools were freaking out like this was the end of schools because kids have calculators, like the 4 function ones, but it's a function of like teaching people how to use that kind of thing. But anyway, back to the gaming thing. I just think it's clearly where the money is being spent, and it's where companies are looking. They don't necessarily know what that future is. They're still making some bets right now, but I think it's pretty clear that's where things are going. And even though there still will be a space for consoles and PCs, like that will become more synonymous with each other over time.
And Call of Duty Mobile launches next week, and 50 million pre-subscriptions. For
that's still not out. I thought
no. I'm waiting to watch what my stock does then.
Okay. Closing thoughts, Goose. And I did want to ask you didn't really answer the question, Zenkai.
Sorry.
Did you are you playing on PC, like playing games on it, or are you just still strictly editing
content
stuff?
Creation.
Yeah, exactly.
No, well, yeah, the content creation just takes up so much of my time. But no, I've been playing a lot of Helldivers 2. And when I say a lot, I mean like on the nights that I have free time to do it. And I'll be honest, it actually took my breath away. I'm not even joking. There were 2 games that took my breath away.
Red Dead. I think I saw you tweet about it, right?
Yeah, one was Red Dead, which,
dude,
God,
it's on sale right now. I'm buying it because when I saw your tweet, I was like, I need to replay that on PC.
When it is like maxed out, because you know that feeling when you buy a PC, like nothing, it's got to be maxed out. You got to max it out. All the little sliders, you max it out. That and Grand Theft Auto 5, because I was doing it for a video, I was like, wow, because like GTA 5 is like a 2013 game, and obviously they ported to PC. They had their their stuff that they've added, and same thing with like Red Dead. But like, there's a reason Rockstar is seen as like the goats. I was like shocked at how insane it looked. Like I was walking around in the snow level that takes for
Yeah.
like 10 years to finish. Like, and I know that was a meme, and I remember that meme, and
Yeah.
I played it, and it's like not a joke. It's like I want to get out, and I just can't. But yeah, like the snow, just like the physics of walking through the
Yeah.
snow, the horse muscles, like the blizzards, like the way that everyone moved. It's just
They were showing off for sure.
oh my god, I can't wait for GTA 6. I'm not even that like I'm more of a Red Dead
But-
fan, but
And you know where you're going to be playing GTA 6 though?
On your cell phone.
consoles.
On his console.
Yeah.
He might even buy a PS5 Pro for that. So we'll see.
What is with the PS5 Pro? What is the point of that? Like I feel like the PS5 hasn't even been like
It's going to be on the same architecture as the PS5, so it's going to be a minimal spec bump.
I mean,
but is there any game on the PS5 that people are like they max this puppy out? Usually that happens like a while in. I feel like nothing's come out that's like it's
because
been
everything's
done.
still so cross-gen. That's the
Yeah, that's
wild
what I
thing,
mean.
Yeah.
It's all
Yeah.
being built for the previous generation. Like I feel so bummed. Like this is like just me. I don't know if people feel the same way, but literally I took a picture because I was going to post it later of my Xbox Series X with dust, like a lot of dust on it, and my
What?
controller. Because I was like, dang, this thing just doesn't get used. Same thing with my PlayStation 5 because all the games are being made primarily for the bigger install base, the Xbox One and PlayStation 4 generation, and then they get the bump for the new consoles, but then they also get the bump on PC, so I'll just take the bigger bump. I have no reason to go there. It's like the only reason I go to my Xbox and PlayStation is just when I want to chill on the couch. Literally, that is the choice for console gaming. Do I want to play on the couch and vibe, or do I want to be on my computer desk? And there are some days where I just want to vibe on the couch, but for the most part, they
it's
just
like me, Goose, got the PC right here, and then he got the 77-inch OLED right there. So
You can see his couch in the back
right
there.
behind me, and that's where I'm
you beat the
gaming.
system. Yeah, I got to take a walk.
Guys, great discussion on video game layoffs and sales and just celebrating our content creation journey. I did want to ask a quick question though before we move on to what have we been playing. I guess this kind of goes into it. Let's talk about what have we been playing and or watching. And I wanted to get your reactions, boys. We didn't really talk about this. Fallout TV show trailer.
Looks
Jose,
good.
I saw you raise an eyebrow. What are you thinking, man?
Dude, I think it looks great. And I'll be honest, like back when they dropped that first teaser
like,
3 months ago, I thought it looked great. I know a lot of people were real down on it, especially when you saw the power armor. They were like, that looks kind of fake. I still was like, I think it's going to be dope, dude. And after this most recent
Goggins,
trailer,
man.
I'm in. And I know it's not going to happen, but it makes me want to go back and play Fallout 4 again.
PC, man.
I mean, dude, I know, but I have so many other things I need to play, including like Elden Ring. There's no way that's going to happen before April when this drops, because I also love that they're dropping the whole season. I know that's really selfish of me, but like, and I've enjoyed Halo. I'm enjoying Shogun. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but like, I'm pumped to just have this to be able to binge it because I think it's going to be super rad, man. It looks like they're not really following the game, but they're including a lot of the elements of the game. Like it just seems like it's going to be really, really well done. And so I'm excited, of course, to see video game content that's coming to like mainstream TV and stuff, but Goggins looks dope. I think the story looks awesome. It seems to be lending itself really well to that kind of like utopia theme where like everybody thinks things are normal and then it's just going to go real bad. You know what I'm saying? Because I just think that's the story that they're going to tell, man. But excited. Do you know how many episodes it is? That's one thing I don't know.
No, but I do know the executive producer is Jonathan Nolan. I didn't know that's Christopher Nolan's brother, correct? And Lisa Joy, the creators of Westworld. Which
Westworld was great,
I remember
dude.
that Westworld was fantastic. All episodes arrive April 11th on Prime Video. I'm guessing it's probably 8 to 10.
8 to 10. Yeah.
Also, wait, has anyone here beaten a Fallout game? I just want to see who's beaten Fallout 4.
I beat 4.
Who's beaten Fallout 3? Who's beaten New Vegas? Wow.
Nope. I want to. I'm not against it. I just they're huge time commitments, man.
Yeah. So before I throw over to Zenkai Bacon, you're not a Fallout guy at all. So,
I'm not, but I'm a fan of cinema, and I'm a fan of watching the medium I love get respect, from The Last of Us to the Halo. to now
Oof,
to
we gotta
this,
talk about
because
Halo.
the old Mortal Kombat movies and some of the old video game adaptations that were just
Classic.
awful. Now we have hope, and they continue to produce top quality stuff, and we're bringing more people into the video game genre by every one of these shows that's released. So let's keep them coming.
Who here has watched Walter Goggins' greatest work and one of the best TV shows ever to air on FX and TV in general?
The Righteous
Justified.
Gemstones.
Okay, all of you suck. Bacon, watch Justified. You will love it. You can stream it all somewhere. I'm sure Hulu or Netflix or whatever. Justified, starring Timothy Oliphant and Walter Goggins. Please, everyone listening, watch Justified. It's so disgusting. You guys haven't seen that?
I haven't seen
Zenkai
Suits either.
Oh, it's okay. I haven't seen it. Any reaction to the did you see it, by the way?
I did not see the trailer.
What?
I did see the teaser. I've been holding on because here's the thing.
Dude,
you
it's
guys
really
mentioned
good.
it. It's like Christopher Nolan's brother. I mean, he wrote Interstellar. Like
What? Jonathan Nolan wrote Interstellar?
Yeah, he wrote it with Chris Nolan, for as far as I know. So, yeah,
Incredible.
as soon as I found that out, I was just like, I'm in. I'm gonna watch it. I'm not the biggest Fallout lore fan, but exactly what Bacon was saying about, like, I love that these like high quality TV shows come in, because then like people I know are like, can I play? Like, what game do I get? What do I do? Same thing with Last of Us. I love that. I think it's genius, and I think they should do more of that stuff.
It's gonna be
so I'm
no
hyped.
Vanilla Sky. That's all I know.
God, I hope so.
Zenkai, have you seen Vanilla Sky?
I seen it, I think, like
Watch it
3
again.
times back in the day, and it
See?
never made sense to me.
See, but
Yes,
it's
absolutely.
fine 3
He's
times.
absolutely right.
He's trying to put it all together, dude. If you're a fan of Interstellar, you love Vanilla Sky too. I appreciate you. Goose.
Shout out to Deja in the chat that said the original Mario Brothers with John Leguizamo was lit. Great movie. Great movie from the 90s.
Debatable. Debatable. Shout out to Todd Oxter, by the way. Todd said, I'm curious what the budget was for Like a Dragon, because the game was huge and doing it. Yeah, that's a good one too. Like a Dragon kind of was
I don't know.
built on a previous one. And none of you guys played it, right? But Bubble Boy did, and he played
He played
lot
like
of it.
all of them.
He loved it, but he said it was like, even his wife was like, are you done playing that game? Because he was spending so much time on what's the first one called? Was it just
Zero or just
was it
Yakuza
Yakuza
Zero?
Like a Dragon? I think was that the
No, there's ones way before that.
Yeah.
well, no, those are the Yakuza games.
The first Game Pass one was
Yakuza
Like a Dragon.
Yeah, Like a Dragon. Yeah, okay.
And there's Infinite, and then they brought all the back catalog in.
So and on the Mario Brothers, I actually did like that movie, Deja Vu.
Me
but
too.
It's
Classic,
not
dude.
that good. But everyone knows the best video
Nostalgia.
game movie ever.
Mortal Kombat. Annihilation.
Mortal Kombat. Okay, I don't want to get demonetized because of
Because
copyright.
it sounds so
CMA
real.
infringement.
Um,
So continuing the theme of video game show adaptations, guys, do we need to talk about our Halo TV show?
I'm 2 episodes behind.
what?
Dude, I've been
How are
working.
you two
Sorry.
episodes
Zenkai, have
behind?
you watched any of it? How about that? No.
John
I watched
Halo
the
is
first
pissed.
episode, maybe the second episode, the start of the second episode of the first season, and I put it down. I was disgusted.
That's fair.
You're doing it wrong, bro.
The assault rifle sound was different.
I gotta agree with you. They're still doing it wrong, and I don't know why. Why wouldn't you? Well, to be fair, every Halo game,
The elites didn't even look like the elites, but I will say the teasers I saw of season 2, it looked a lot cooler.
It is a lot better. I will
better.
say that. But is it good? Bacon's high on this show. I was here. I'm dropping fast. Like Bacon, concerning.
Dan is a big Quan Ha fan.
Oh.
He's one of the guys that wants to see him in his armor 24/7, not have
No, I want to see him in his
personality.
armor. I just want to see him in his armor, Bacon.
I can't spoil it. I almost spoiled right then and
Oh
there,
my
but
gosh.
Wasn't there something where like Captain Keys, something happened with him?
Yeah, I didn't
Yeah,
have a problem with it. I
the
didn't have
best
a problem with it.
motivational speech of all
Yeah.
time.
Everyone was
really
freaking
good,
out
dude.
about him.
Greatest
his-
speech before a battle of all time.
I think that's incredibly overblown. Like the whole.
It was that the like I don't know. I don't want to be the.
We don't want to
spoiler
have
guy,
any
but
spoilers, but
Yeah.
basically,
They took a turn.
It took a turn, and I don't think it's that big of a deal, Goose. Because let's be honest, in
Keys
the
is a
games he
G.
was there, but he's not like there
Yeah.
that much. It's just it's different, and I didn't mind how they
Then
did it. To be honest, I think it's worth your time.
Yeah.
I know the first season is painful,
You
Just
can watch.
listen.
and you can watch it for free right now
two,
on
'cause
YouTube. You can watch. All
I
of it
actually
for
still
free.
have Paramount Plus because I don't know how to unsubscribe. I just don't know how. I did it through
Well,
like the Apple
go.
app, and now it's like locked. So
They got you.
I've been banned. It's just constantly. I gotta.
Shell out the
You've been-
15.
you've
Halo
been
wins.
charged.
Halo always gets theirs.
All right, we will get. If anyone out there watching or listening wants to join us, we will do the spoiler cast for Halo, the TV series, season 2, because I'd actually love to have Luke and Logan on for that one, Bacon, because Logan will watch all of it, and I'd love to hear what Luke says. And he was kind of right on the money. They got me. They got me with the Fall of Reach, and then
you
I got
just
2 episodes
spoiled.
to
You
catch
just
up.
spoiled it that Reach fell.
oh yeah, okay, everyone.
Spoiler.
Guys, what games have we been playing? Bacon, let's go to you because there's the one game that Bacon's been playing, you guys. It's never ending.
It is real in this house. I cannot believe Elden Ring has gotten me like it has again. I am finding things that I never knew existed in my first 6-day playthrough of that game. I found myself needing to try to find all these locations. I'm not going to get the 1,000 out of 1,000. I already know that, but I see like a shack in the distance. I'm like, I've got to find the way to get to that. There could be an Ash of War in there. I'm over 80 hours into this playthrough. I'm close. I feel like I'm in the land of the giants, so I feel like I'm getting pretty close to finishing it up. But nothing else. I've played a little bit of Warzone or Call of Duty with you boys, but other than that, it has been nothing but Elden Ring. But what I have been watching, Shogun, is the best show on TV, hands down.
It's so good.
beat. If you have any love for the samurai or old times or sword battles or bows and arrows
Or
you'll
good
love
cinema.
Shogun. It is so well done. The costume work, the setting, the scenes. It is a masterclass.
Is it as good as The Last Samurai starring Tom Cruise?
Better.
That is a tough one because most of the people that were in The Last Samurai are in Shogun. There's a lot of you'll catch a lot of them, but it's a longer burn because it's multiple episodes. But The Last Samurai was absolutely maybe the best movie ever made. So,
Well, Vanilla Sky.
definitely not
Minority
Vanilla Sky,
Report.
bruh. So if you haven't
Mission
started
Impossible
watching
Fallout.
Shogun, you should start watching Shogun. I've been pronouncing it incorrectly my entire life.
Jose, what about you? What have you been playing? Still in Final Fantasy chapter 6 now, hopefully.
Chapter 10, I think, right now.
Okay.
I just got back to the sewers after the I forgot the guy's name that like owns the house and stuff like that. I also, real quick before I talk about games, love Shogun. Super, super good. There was one thing in the first episode that I was like, ooh, I don't like that. It was exactly what Chance talked about in our chat today. But like I get it. It makes sense for the time and stuff like that. But the only complaint I have with the show, Bacon, is the lens that they use on that camera. It's very cinematic where like on the screen, like the middle is super hyper focused and then the edges get pretty blurry. I feel like it's very distracting coming from someone that just like watches a lot of cinema.
I wonder if that's to bring focus on the subtitles.
Oh, it's absolutely what it's for. It's
so
a choice.
busy reading them that I haven't even noticed what you're talking about. Now I'm going to look.
Yeah, but notice that it's very focused in the center and blurs. You even see the vignetting sometimes in the corners. Like that's just a bother for me. But the show is phenomenal. Like absolutely wonderful. Definitely check it out. But games, yeah, still in Final Fantasy VII, loving it. Definitely going to finish that over spring break. I also played a little bit of Balatro and my allies, still enjoying that. I also did, thanks to Dan's suggestion, fully level the Pull Me Out in Warzone and got the
Pull Me Out.
What's the modification you get at the end?
I don't know. Yeah, but this shreds, doesn't it? Did you get it?
Dude, I was like, I thought he totally BS'd and I was coming out like first in my list every time, which that's a big deal for me. That does not happen. Shout out to Todd Oxter. Shogun is amazing. He's right. And then the other thing, like I mentioned, I did buy Kill the Justice League. And I think I'm going to buy Returnal after that before I have Elden Ring because I've heard that's super dope too.
Enjoy Returnal.
But this Steam is having their spring sale. It's just started today. Dude, if you have
Cyberpunk and Red Dead are both on my wish list,
dude,
on sale.
There are so many games that are a good value, man. So if you're
and Call of Duty, of course, after I bought it.
I know, for all of us. Anyway, check it out, man. Other than that, I still need to catch up on Halo. And like I mentioned, Monday I'm going to be. Actually, I'll talk about that later. Never mind. Otherwise, that's it.
I'll go next before I throw it over to Zenkai. I don't know if Zenkai actually plays games. I mean, he's always doing
just edits dope videos over here.
Helldivers occasionally. On the PC, been playing Call of Duty. Did the double XP weekend. Had to level up to pull me out. What a great gun, Jose. Got it. I think my first Warzone night. Bacon, pretty sure got a Warzone victory. Tearing it up on controller, Bluetooth, 4K, 115 frames per second,
latency.
Native. It's aim assist. I'm killing it out there. Played Halo. Shout out to Ains and Pomps. We played some ranked Halo. We got the band back together last night. Did some ranked. I was doing all right, you guys, considering I was playing so much Call of Duty. There was one game I was first place. Ains, I hate to throw him under the bus here. Last place. He was raging. He was so bad. They were even Pomps like second to third. Like it was a bad game. And these guys usually killing it. Pomps was, I think he had like 70% accuracy one game with that dang bandit, and he was like a 2-to-1 kill death ratio. Pomps is a machine, you guys. He was Diamond 2, about to be Diamond 3, and he's no joke, like tearing it up. So I'm playing with these diamonds, and I'm just here, pathetic.
A diamond in the rough.
So that was every time I play Halo, it's fun, but at the same time, it's you rage. Every time you play Halo ranked, it's a rage quit.
We play to have fun in video games.
Yeah, I know. That's when I go play Call of Duty and Warzone. And also I'm still in Mass Effect, about to go on Vermeer. Gonna have a tough decision here coming up with Rex.
Oof.
Let's see.
There's only one decision, but
let's see if I can save
everyone.
Let
live, bud. Live and let live.
I'm loving. I can't believe I'm playing this game again, and I'm loving it, you guys. I love Mass Effect. It's like I think who was talking about this recently. One of the podcasts I can't remember was talking about like comfort games. I can always go to Mass Effect and just
music.
It was Bitcast.
Oh my gosh, the map screen, you guys. I can just listen to that map screen music just over and over and over and over.
You're gonna make me play it again.
Dude,
I
it's so good.
it. He's getting me wanting to play
I
it.
know.
I'm
so good, you guys.
Do it, Goose. Do it.
Good. So that is what I've been playing. Zenkai. What about you? I know you've been hell diving.
Yeah.
I've been hell diving. Let me tell you.
Wait. Goose.
Yeah.
You need to go buy Metal Gear Solid, the Twin Snakes on the GameCube immediately. You need to start your.
Actually, you know what? I think I own it actually on the GameCube.
Dude, it's the best way to play it. Play it. Don't go back and play this one. That'll be a little tough.
Here's the thing. It's just like, because I make my life difficult, I just have like the content brain. So I'm like, well, I could just play all the Metal Gears and that could be a thing. So I don't know why, but that is on the list of things I wanted to do. And speaking of that, like the games I've been playing is like I've been playing through every single Rockstar game ever and having a phenomenal time. They got some weird games. They got a little weird there. Like
spoiler. Is this a new series coming up, Goose?
It's dropping.
You may have heard it here first, you guys. Watch out.
Dropping hot. Yeah, you might have. I've been playing all their games. Obviously, I played all the Grand Theft Autos, but like I never played a single Midnight Club in my life.
I hear those are good.
Listen, the first one is just rude, but the second and third are awesome, and the fourth one was like, from like a video game history point of view, it's literally GTA 5 before GTA 5 is a thing. Like 5 years earlier, my mind was blown. It has like the map zoom in mechanic. It had everything. I was like, my mind was blown. No one talked about this game, and it was fun. I was like shocked. Smuggler's Run. Ain't no one talking about Smuggler's
That was that a PS3 launch game, right?
PS2 launch game.
Oh, okay.
And it slaps. I like was having so much fun, like because it just like went into the PS2 and then it just played immediately. And it was just like I was just making big jumps. It was awesome,
guys.
And Helldivers 2 has been fantastic, but I am hot garbage at that game. That is just a fact. I am being carried left and right, but that's part of the fun. And I did make a tier list like 2 weeks ago or something like that, where I said Thank you. I appreciate that. But I did say that BioShock, like if you played it today, would be okay. And people didn't
Oh.
like that. So I went and replayed it.
It's
And
better than you thought, wasn't it?
it's good. But it's like the gameplay, it's
But that
better.
twist at the end, bud, that had us all going, man.
yeah, the dude, twist is insane.
it's
But
funny you
I
say
don't
that.
feel like you can redo it again.
It's funny you say that, Goose, because I actually did just play the trilogy again because of the HD
it held
remaster
up?
and everything. I thought they held up pretty good. I gotta say, and I never
Atmosphere is
played 2.
incredible.
I never played 2. I remember people hated 2, and I was like, it's not that bad.
No,
Like it
no,
wasn't.
no.
But to me,
They're crazy.
I still like. I think I like 1, but I might like Infinite more just because the gameplay to me in that was
I remember liking Infinite.
it's
Like
in
I
a-
think Infinite is more replayable. Like you could go
yeah,
back to it.
and then what's her face? Is it Emily or something like that? Whoever the girl is that is
yeah.
with you the whole time. That was another cool element. And I remember
Yeah.
there's that comparison there between BioShock Infinite and Last of Us because you had Ellie and then you had the companion Infinite too. People were like, But anyway, I wanted to shout out Matt Valdez probe launched. Love me some Mass Effect. That's the one part I'm not looking forward to, Matt, is going back to mining the planets. I hate mining the planets,
True.
and you have to do it a certain amount. I even like have it memorized how much you need of each element, Matt, because you have to get a certain amount to make sure you max out your ship. And once I hit that threshold, I stop. Unlike my brother, shout out to my brother, Miso Pony, he mined every planet to depletion, you guys. Every planet to depletion. Even when it was said it was not, he would go around and make sure there was nothing there. Even if it said depleted, he was going the extra mile. So shout out to Miso Pony. And shout out to Todd Oxer. He said Shogun is amazing. And he also said the Master Chief in the case of the Lost Armor. Completely agree, Todd. Like Bacon said, I don't have a problem with him not being his armor. That's fine. I get it. It's a TV show. Let's see the Master Chief doing other things. But come on now. Come on now.
Hot tip right now. Legendary Edition is on sale for $9 on Steam.
Oh, everybody
Just bought it.
Dude, it's worth it. And guess
The Mass
what?
Effect collection?
Yes,
Yeah,
and guess what?
$9.
There's my phone. I'm gonna
Go
do it right
buy
now.
Andromeda too. And everybody hop on Andromeda. I was telling this to Bacon Goose. Everyone loves Helldivers multiplayer. And I was like, you know what this reminds me of? Mass Effect Andromeda's multiplayer, which is a banger slanger, highly underrated. Everyone go play that.
Yes.
3 was great too, but Andromeda took it to a whole nother level with the swarm mode. And just like Helldivers, you've got waves of enemies coming at you. You have to extract at the end. The forgotten Mass Effect 3 and Mass Effect Andromeda multiplayer modes, which were certified banger slayers.
Certified.
So I didn't
play Andromedas though. I had no idea. I'm
Oh.
starting to believe that I might be toxic. Like I played Andromeda and didn't like it, and like I was
the game's not that good. The story sucked. But
so I just immediately was like, no.
The multiplayer Goose
is good.
Phenomenal. Phenomenal. And to be fair, Andromeda has the best multiplayer gameplay out of all of them, with the dash and the double jump and the powers and the way you can customize. Hands down, best combat out of them all. So shout out to Matt said I would max out all the stuff nonstop, deplete those. Oh my gosh, Matt's depleting the planets too.
Nope.
He's insane, you guys.
Bare
He's
minimum.
insane. Then he says, I don't have a PC yet and I'm buying it on Steam. Yes.
For my
Great
future
call.
self.
Dude,
That's a good price
call.
that
tag.
is
Dude,
such
Matt,
the amount of game you're getting for $9 freaking dollars. My
and-
4th playthrough.
You get Steam achievements like I'm doing right now. So we get to
I'm
double
looking
it.
at your Steam achievements right now, Wally.
Look at them. I'm about a quarter of the way through the Legendary Edition already. And then Todd said, how did a Twisted Metal game get canceled? There's no car. Again, we already had that, Todd. Wasn't it called
Mario Kart?
No, the one that came and went. Nobody even remembers.
Twisted Metal? Like the reboot?
The
one?
PS5 game that came
Oh
out.
yeah, the All Stars.
Destruction All-Stars.
Yeah.
Where was that, you guys? That was their chance right there. Came and went like a fart in the wind, just like, other games that have come out.
Didn't they make
recently.
one for PS4 as well, and like no one bought it?
Yeah, I to me, I respect.
Yeah.
What's his name? Bacon, God of War creator.
David Jaffe.
David, I respect David
Yeah.
Jaffe. I respect what he did with God of War and Twisted Metal. It just never was that appealing to me. Car combat games, like
For the time, PS1,
See, but
For the time.
why do you guys say for the time then that applies, and then now we're saying we need an ODST? But I would say for the time it was
Easy.
Banjo Kazooie. Okay, what about that?
Okay,
3D
that one would
platformers.
work.
It's a
And
platformer. We need
that one would
platformers.
work because Mario works. It's the same game. That's just science.
Matt, Todd, what's
Metal,
going on, you guys? I don't
Twisted
know.
Metal would not work because it was like the best back then, and that ain't close to the best now. So I'm just saying. Maybe I'm crazy.
Gentlemen, let's close the show like we always do with the best food we had this week. I will go first here. I did not have any delicious poutine this week. Still haven't had a chance to try it, but I will shout out Allie, my wife. She makes these delicious meatballs. I just love it when she makes me a good meatball. You guys, just delicious meatballs. And then I'm trying to think, I don't know, guys, if I have anything to add to the ticker, which is surprisingly shocking
It is
for me. Yeah, I can't think. Oh, Jose, I need you to add.
17 pizzas.
No, actually, no. I think this was last week. Never mind. We're good. Jose, speaking of bring up the ticker, we've somehow gone up and down on subscribers. Down to 202. We were up past that. 97 Popeyes chicken sandwiches, or 97 spicy regular chicken sandwiches eaten. 69 nice breakfast burritos devoured. I'm shocked at this one. Only 16 Chipotle burritos. This is amateur hour over here, Jose. 24 Big Macs quarter pounder with cheeses devoured, and 62 pizzas eaten. Jose, give me something good. Tell me something.
Well, I did add to the ticker to a quarter pounder and a Big Mac. I felt like I had to do Nell justice after last week, after that horrendous.
Was yours
Big Mac.
good?
It was great. It was actually wonderful. And then I went to get a quarter pounder, and the quarter pounder was fine, but I also ordered a spicy sandwich, and they didn't give me the spicy sandwich. And
wait. Is this the same story as last week, Bacon? Is Jose forgetting again?
No,
like
no.
memory.
No, it happened again.
Two straight spicy
Yes.
Deja vu there.
Yes. Which was infuriating. And then, but those weren't the best things I had this week. Best thing was actually tonight. My wife, because of the snow, made like homemade beans and green chili, which was fantastic. We also have a friend in town, Claire from Ohio. So she loves eating Mexican food when she comes out to visit us. The other thing I just wanted to mention, I tried the McDonald's sauce, which is that new sauce for the nuggets that's supposed to be like with all the,
what's it called?
Wick, like McDonald's, but with a W, McDonald's. And it was weak as hell. I did not think it was very good.
What was it
like
supposed to be? What was it?
It's like a chili sauce, and I like chili sauce. I'm not knocking chili sauce, but like it's supposed to be like the ultimate sauce for dipping nuggets in. And I was like, this sucks, frankly. Like it was terrible.
Chick-fil-A sauce.
No, absolutely not. And not worth your time. That's all I have to say. That's the best food I had this week.
Bacon, did you have anything delicious this week?
Well, I didn't really have anything super delicious, but today the wife made chili because of the snow. She does these things. It's almost like, we went with beef. She gets like seasonal and things. So snow means chili. So there we go.
And one more thing, Bacon. Are you going to leave us next week? You're going on a trip.
I
correct?
am. We are going to Palm Springs
that's right.
play two really prestigious golf courses, PGA West and Indian Wells, which are both.
Did you see the bees? The bee attack over there just today? Yeah, bees swarmed the Indian Wells tennis tournament.
Oh,
Alcaraz had to run away from a swarm of bees that had infested. Like they were attacking the overhead camera. It was insane. Go watch the clips, you guys. No joke.
Yeah,
watch out.
Every year we try to vacation somewhere where it was a PGA Tour stop or something like that to get a super high-end golf game in. So we're really looking forward to this, getting out of the snow.
Nice. Yeah. Screw the snow. Zenkai. Does it snow out there in the Great White Northeast?
We've seen a few flakes here and there. Just a few. Yeah, but this winter's been like, it just quit. I don't know. Like it's been a really weak winter. We probably got snow January, a little bit of February, and that's it.
Climate change.
Yeah, it's been strange for here. I am very afraid for the summer because the summer gets insanely humid over here. Like I don't know what it is in Fahrenheit. Don't hate me. But
I was gonna say, yeah, what's
45
the
degrees Celsius
All right,
feels like.
Celsius to Fahrenheit.
Shout out to B in the chat who said, "I did not attack anyone."
That's an honest man right there.
Okay, you said what does the temperature get to?
45 degrees with humidity though. This is like
Oh, that says 113 degrees Fahrenheit. That can't be right. What's your normal temperature?
I think normal can get up to like 36, 38.
36.
38 probably average with humidity.
Oh my gosh, you get up to 96 degrees out there.
That's hot.
100
It's the
degrees.
humidity, man.
Okay, so remember, guys, easy conversion here. 38 degrees Celsius, 100 degrees Fahrenheit. So that's where we know we can.
I'm not going to remember that.
Well, I will for us. Anyway, Goose, what was the best food you had this week?
Okay, so I went to Toronto to watch a Raptors game. And in Toronto, okay.
Did you say hi to NBA champion, former Denver Nugget, Bruce Brown for me?
I did see him. Yeah, he was on the video. Yeah, he's the older guy. I'm not a basketball guy. I just go because it's fun with friends.
Or Canada's own Kelly Olynyk.
I'm sure that
traded from my team like 3 weeks ago.
Who's the guy on the Golden State Warriors? He's like a big deal. He
Curry?
was awesome.
Draymond
Steph
Green.
Curry. You saw Steph Curry?
Steph Curry. Yeah. He was awesome.
Oh, you got to see
He was
Golden
awesome.
State. Okay, cool.
Golden State versus Raptors. Raptors. Yeah, it looks like all the players that like won. See, I don't know anything, but I know Raptors won like 3 years ago, whatever.
They
And
did.
I was
It was a
like,
big
oh,
deal.
yeah, it's gonna be we were hyped.
Yeah.
And then I get there, and
Canada's
it's
team.
like it's not the same. It's not even the same colors. What's with the black and gold?
alternate. They have alternate jerseys.
I was disgusted. But then I found out Toronto has not only a Chipotle, but it has a Chick-fil-A. And it was a Friday, so I had to try. I never had Chick-fil-A.
Whoa.
I gotta tell you,
Whoa.
it was great. They were both great.
What did you get? Tell us.
I wanted the spicy chicken, but
Okay.
I figured I should get the regular if I was going to
Yes,
try it. So I got the regular. And then,
Did
can I
you-
just say, they're so nice over there. They're so nice. They
That's
give me
got
like
some-
all the
It's our
dips.
pleasure.
They got
It's
some
our
bad
pleasure.
stances on things, but they are very
So
nice.
good. The waffle fries? Hey, no one's talking about those waffle fries. Those waffle fries
delightful.
are pretty good.
They're solid.
They're delightful.
pretty good. Chicken was great. The nuggies were great. You know, big fan of the nuggies over here.
Did you sauces? Come on, talk to us. Did you get Chick-fil-A sauce? Did you try Chick-fil-A sauce? That's the best one.
Oh yeah, the main Chick-fil-A sauce. Yeah, that is
It's
the
like
best
yellow,
one by
yeah.
far.
Yes.
The other, I had like 3 others. and
Polynesian,
they-
maybe.
Yeah, that one
Spicy
mid.
sriracha.
It was
Buffalo.
sriracha, so it was like the buffalo. There was a purple one, I think.
That's
the
probably
Polynesian. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Sweet.
Then
Sweet.
yeah, then maybe the buffalo is the other one. I just
ranch?
remember the Chick-fil-A sauce. I was
That's
like, "You give me like 17 of these. That's not bad right there. I see why you close on Sundays. You don't need it. That's good. By the
And
way,
so-
the closing on Sundays, I was aware of, but the feeling when you go in for Chick-fil-A on a Sunday and forget, I gotta say that hurt. That hurt a lot. I was very upset, but I understood.
Wait, you were going to try to go back to back or something?
Heck
wanna get
yeah.
that
I wanted that spicy chicken, baby.
Incredible. Okay,
I
now
was
tell
just all
us
sad.
the Chipotle experience.
Yeah,
First time, no, or
Chipotle,
you've had it before.
I had it once before, was like super impressed, but I will say it was like a high school dance going in there. I didn't know what I was doing, didn't know what to ask for. I was like, I'll have the thing. And they're like, do you want a bowl? I was like, is that the thing? They're like, I don't know. What do you want? Do you want the burritos? And I was like, yeah, okay, so let's do the burrito. The burrito, hey, holy smokes. That's
you remember?
thick. I got
Mozzarella.
two. I could kill a man. I could kill a man with those.
You
things.
ate 2 burritos? In
No, I
one
didn't.
sitting?
I just got 2 with like group people, but like, yo,
That's
even
like
just
8
one.
pounds of burrito, bud.
Here's the pro strat.
And I double stacked the protein because
yes,
gains.
double chicken,
Gains.
queso. Did you get queso on it?
I did not. I got double protein. One of them was I think the steak, and then the other one was like the chicken. And then I got the white lime rice, pretty goated. The avocado sauce, you know, I felt that one.
But yeah.
And then yeah, I think pretty much everything but sour cream and corn. Personal reasons. personal reasons.
Oh,
No shame, bud.
now, the
Who
green
doesn't
and
get
corn are
sour
the best.
cream?
Those are the best salsas. Do the green and corn together. Try it.
That's
You
a
will not
Canadian
regret it.
thing.
Try it next time, Zenkai. I promise you. Corn
will.
and green together.
I love it. Why? I just come to the rest of the world, Chick-fil-A and Chipotle. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I'm impressed. You know?
Goose, have you ever had a Popeyes chicken sandwich? I'm curious.
I haven't. That's something else I want
Okay.
to try
Oh,
because
Okay.
I love chicken. The
can't
breaded
wait, bud.
Oh, and you wanted the spicy? Boy, you are in for a treat. If you next time you're in Toronto,
Yeah?
Okay, somebody look it up.
We
Somebody
don't
look
know
up.
if
I
they
need to know.
get Popeyes.
Popeyes.
I need to see if they have a Popeyes in Toronto. Get the spicy chicken sandwich, and man, you thought Chick-fil-A was good. Okay, so here's the thing, Goose. The Chick-fil-A standard sandwiches and nuggets, delicious with Chick-fil-A sauce. But spicy, there is only one king, and his name is
Oh.
Popeyes.
Absolutely.
All right.
The one
Shout out to
rule
B
them
over
all.
here who said, Goose, if you're ever in Denver and someone asks if you want a bowl, it might mean something different.
Oh, he's talking about the
Probably legal
devil's
in Canada
lettuce.
too. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. You know what
okay.
is funny about that? Everyone's whenever I say I'm from Colorado, it's like, oh, the marijuana, huh? Never smoked a day in my life. And haven't noticed a difference
Ooh,
since
you don't
it's
know what
been
you're missing.
legalized. So I don't know. I
I'll
just
say.
clearly don't know what the big deal is.
Exclusively Chipotle bowls for me, sir.
Did
That's
you
what
hear
I-
that, Jose?
Oh,
Exclusive.
Exclusive world premiere.
Gentlemen, this has been the Nerd Chat episode 150, celebrating with Canada's #1 content creator protege, Mr. Zenkai Goose himself. My name is Daddy Diwali. You can follow me at Daddy Diwali across all social media. You can follow the show at the Nerd Chat Podcast on all social media. We're popping off with some shorts, you guys. We've got big shorts planned, thanks to
Take
Zenkai.
forever to edit.
Oh man.
Really?
Yes. Any
Yeah.
video Goose, you
Ugh.
know, takes forever to do.
bunch of noobs out
And
here, Goose.
joining me as always is Chipotle Bear. Chipotle Bear, where can people find you?
You can find me on X platform, Chipotle_Bear, Instagram at Chipotle Bear, Twitter for sure. You can also find me on streaming here, and I might start streaming from the PC just because it's easy to do, or I might even bring
Jose.
back the Twitch to this stream so we dual stream here. We'll see.
Jose, guess who just downloaded OBS last night?
Goose.
You guys are just taking it, taking the ball and running. DMR.
No, other than that, man, just want a huge shout out to, of course, Goose for joining us, everybody for listening. And as I mentioned last episode, on Monday, I'm going to be joining Todd Oxtra on Super Friends Unite, which is a cool show if you're into geekdom like comics and movies and that kind of stuff. To check that out as well. And again, thanks for being here with us, guys. Make sure like us, subscribe if you like what you hear, and of course, always feel free to reach out. We love chatting with the fans, man. Have a great week.
Joining us as always, X Bacon Gaming. Where can people find you?
You cannot find me anywhere right now because I'm not even on Twitter
Lands
because I'm
between.
spending so much time in the lands between. Freaking Elden Ring, bro.
And Canada's #1 content protege. You can catch him live Saturday mornings on Goose Morning Live. You can find him on YouTube. You can find him on Elon's X platform as Zenkai Goose. Zenkai, what have you got going on?
Yeah, we have Goose Morning Live every Saturday 9 a.m. It's been fantastic. Thank you guys so much for having me on there. It's the greatest gaming show in the world, except for the Nerd Chat. That's what I say.
Much
Did there.
And yeah, I played every Rockstar game ever coming out probably in 2
You
weeks.
heard it here first. Exclusive, Jose.
Exclusive.
World premiere.
Exclusive world premiere.
Very excited about that. Yeah, on Instagram I'm doing lots and lots of shorts, trying to practice on that, one a day. Been doing that for like 2 months. Yeah. So I've gotten better, and I got a lot of data now, so I know what works and what doesn't work. Learned a lot. Turns out they're finicky over there.
They are, dude.
Very, very excited about that. But yeah, I just wanted to say a huge shout out to you guys for having me on.
Absolutely.
I love the podcast. It's an amazing podcast. You guys are a great group of guys. And again, 100K next year. I swear to God, it better happen. And then buy
Working
a
on it.
Chick-fil-A and bring it to where I am.
We're going
And
to
a
franchise
Popeyes.
out.
And a
Franchise out.
Chipotle. Zenkai, thank you so much for being here. You are always welcome to join us whenever you want. And as always, Chick-fil-A lovers, see you online.
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 I think I'm getting the black lung, Bob. It's not very well ventilated down there.
The Nerd Chat is an Xbox podcast celebrating all things gaming, food, and the good old days. You can follow the show at The Nerd Chat across all social media. The show was created by Daniel Wolenzik, and you can follow him at Daddy D. Wally. The lead producer and co-host is Jose Martinez, and you can follow him at Chipotle_bear. And former intern, recently promoted co-host Jason Jarrett can be found at X Bacon Gamin'. If you'd like to find out more about the show, please visit nerdchatmedia.com. And as always, see you online.